Okay, so I'm CammyG, and with the recent patch, Epic Games made adjustments to the way controller sensitivity works, and I'm basically just going to going over how it works, what all the different options do, and that sort of thing, just in case you're a bit confused on it, because I was at first. It's very daunting. There's a lot of different options. Now, this applies to Battle Royale and Save the World. I'll just be doing my gameplay in Save the World because I'm mainly a Save the World channel, so I'll be doing that. So, if you want to just be really basic and you don't want to do anything advanced, not really suggested, because it's not going to be the best thing to just use these two. But if you use these two and turn off advanced options, you basically just have a 0 to 10 or 1 to 10 sensitivity, 1 being lowest, 10 being the highest, and as you increase it, you move faster for the same amount of input on your analog sticks. Then, build mode sensitivity multiplier basically means that if it's 1, when you go into build, so you bring this out, if it's 1, it's going to be the same. If I go ahead, let's just try and show, so this is me doing it fully as fast as I can. Then if I go and change it to 2, so it does twice as fast, you can see it's much faster for the same input. So some people like to turn that up because then you can crank 90s faster, I guess. But I like to have it as the same sensitivity. I don't really need it that fast. It's as fast as I look. I like that, so that's how I use it. Personally, I'd suggest using it as just 1. If you are going to make it higher, maybe don't go too far. But it's up to you. So that's basically what that does. Edit mode is the same, but it's the sensitivity when you're in edit mode. So when you're like this, again, I keep it the same because if it's any higher, I'm not going to be able to fine tune my edits as easily. I'll end up clicking the wrong box or something like that. Then we have look sensitivity. So horizontal speed for the look is how fast you turn left and right. So if I turn this down to 30% and then move as fast as I can, you can see this is much slower. And then respectively with the vertical look, that does your up and down, how fast it goes up and down. Now the reason I have up and down lower than I have left to right is because if you look at a general screen, a wide screen, the screen is nearly twice as wide as it is high. So when you're looking around, you don't need to move up and down as fast as you do left and right, especially in shooter games, because people are usually going to be roughly the same height. You're going to need to move left and right faster than you are up and down, and you want to keep your up and down quite steady, for getting headshots. But mainly it's to do with the screen. There's not much room on the screen up and down, so you don't actually need to move as fast. And then horizontal is going to be one a bit faster. I tend to go for just over half on the vertical compared to a horizontal, so half would be 30%, so I went up to 35. Just tweak them around and mess with it to see what suits you best. Then we have a boost to when you're turning. So basically, I have it turned off, but if I had it turned on, let's turn these up to 40%. This is ridiculous. Basically what happens is, you see this is slow, this is slow, this is fast, and then if I do the analog stick all the way down, this is now going to be boosted. So if you move your analog stick all the way to one side, all the way right, all the way down, you're going to have a boost on top of what your look sensitivity already was. So I already have 60%. So now when I hold down the analog stick to the right, I'm going to turn right 60% plus 40%. So obviously, this is for in case you want to be able to turn around really fast. I don't use it. I don't think it's necessary, but you can make that decision for yourselves. Basically, that's what it does. You can turn it off and on for vertical. You just turn it down to 0 if you want it off for one of them. If you want them both to be off, just turn this to off. And then the time here is how long after you make the analog stick go all the way to the right or left. It's the delay before the boost kicks in. It's not instant. It's not like when you get the analog stick fully to the right, it takes 0.1 seconds and then it just instantly boosts to 40%. It will increase over that 0.1 seconds. You really don't need to mess with that much. You'll probably just want to put that at the recommended if you are going to use this. But personally, like I said, I don't use this, so I turn this off. But if you're interested in using that, it is a new feature, so That's there for you. Aim down sight sensitivity, so this is exactly the same as the look, except it is for when you're, you know, looking down your sights, down your weapon. So if you look how fast I can move left and right here, if I look down sights, it's a lot slower. This is because when you're aimed out, you know, you need to look around fast, you need to be able to turn fast, that sort of thing. But when you're aimed, you know, aimed down sights, you're generally going for stuff further away. So you need to have more precision, so it needs to be a bit slower. You could definitely put it on exactly the same. Let's just show it with this, show how easy it is to shoot these with a lower sensitivity. So I'm still getting used to my sensitivities, so bear with me on that. You know, the accuracy might be a bit doo-doo. But yeah, all the rest of the enemies are in the building, so I guess, yeah. And then if I were to turn aim down sight sensitivity up to what I have it on the other one, so let's move this to 60. So now when I aim down sights, it's the same speed. So when I'm looking and I'm zoomed in, it's really hard to like fine tune. Like I still can, but it's a lot more difficult. So generally you want that to be less. Again, I went for about half of what it was. So 60% up here and 35%. I've gone for 30 and 20 down here. So, you know, about half. And then you have the boost as well for this. It works in the exact same way as this one does, except it only kicks in when you're aiming down sight. Again, I have it turned off, so I just put them both to 0%. Then we have the advanced settings at the bottom, which is, you know, your aim assist, that sort of thing. So the first one is how long it takes to get to your, you know, the speed that you're wanting to look at. So if I set this to 0, when I move left or right, it's going to instantly be that fast. So those sensitivities that I set, the 60% and the 35%, that's going to be immediately as soon as I, you know, press my analog stick in one direction. Whereas if I set it to be delayed, let's just scroll all the way down here. I'll set it to the suggested. Now when I move left and right, it starts off slow and then increases, which is a bit better because, you know, if you wanted to just adjust your aim from here to the tree, you know, you just do that. Well, because I'm still getting used to it. Try it again. So like that's like that there. Okay, that's good enough, I suppose. Whereas if you had no delay, you'd end up like all the way over there because it doesn't slow down a bit. Then we have the input curve. So basically, linear basically just means that whatever you input, you're getting that as an output. Think about the best way to describe this. I'm not that great at it. So if you move a little bit on your analog stick, it will still move quite a lot. So basically, if you move your analog stick halfway, it will be half the speed it was if it was fully. So say the speed for 60%, let's just say that look speed is 6. So when I fully move my analog stick and I'm moving like this, let's say that's a speed of 6. If I move the analog stick halfway, on linear, that would be 3. Whereas with the exponential one, which is what I use and what I suggest you use, if you moved it halfway, it might be like 1.5 speed. So that's like 6. That's me fully doing it. This is me like half turning it, and you can see it's so much slower. It's not half as fast. It's, you know, much less. And basically what that enables you to do is that if you want to move fast, you know, you can hold it down. But if you want to move slightly and be very, you know, precision with your shots, you basically just move it a little. But it also means that you can move the analog stick, you know, almost fully to the side, and you're still only moving your aim a little bit. It's hard to describe how it works. You kind of just have to mess with it and you'll realise what it does. Hopefully my description was, you know, half decent enough. And then I think after that, is it aim assist? Yep, aim assist strength. So this is basically how strong your aim assist is. So I can display it against the husks here. Basically, when you're aiming down, or if you're not aiming down, when an enemy is in front of you, your aim speed will decrease. So, you know, basically it makes it easier to shoot stuff because you will be more accurate when something's in front of you. So 100% would mean it'll be the slowest when you go past. 0% would mean your aim would not slow down at all when you're looking at an enemy. And then what I have is 75%, I like that because when when there's a couple of targets in front of me and I'm trying to switch between them, if it's on 100%, it's really difficult to do that. Whereas I think 75% is a nice balance between it. You still get, your aim assist. You're still getting that help that you need with an analog stick, but it's not taking over your aim so much that you just can't switch between targets. And then what else is there? I don't think there's much else to talk about. Let's just get up here so these guys don't attack me. Let's see. Legacy look controls. I think that just lets you use how they used to be. So that's useful if you really just want to use what it used to be. Just turn that on. And then copy from legacy. I think it just lets you copy the settings that you used before. I'm not entirely sure on that because I don't need to use it. I'm not sure many people would use that. You probably just want to mess around with the advanced ones that I went over. But yeah, that's basically how the aiming works. I know a lot of people have been complaining about this in Facebook groups and stuff, saying that aim assist has been nerfed. It's harder to aim on console now, stuff like that. That's just not true. You just have to tweak the settings until it works best for you. Like, I'm still not on the settings that'll work best. I'm still not on the settings that'll work best for me. But it's all about just gently tweaking them and seeing what works best. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you did find it useful and you are able to set yours up so that it works best for you. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you in the next one.